I'm not sure of some of the words in this, but it's all mysterious. Is it about Polly McGee? Whoever wrote this? Maybe my great-grandmother? I don't know. It was in old Nova Scotia. Mum's River? See there? Does that say Mum's? I don't know. River? The place and name of magic interned? Does it say magic interned? The words of a man and a very young dame. Looking for rabbits, more for the sport of the game. I think that says game. When suddenly a storm arose and gussied, I assume this is gussied, whatever that means, to haggard force. They lost their way and then could not find trails and were wandering around all night. They finally built a fire. Now, I've been on this part here for 2 days trying to figure it out. They finally built a fire, looks like. I don't know if that's by. Why is there a little mark there? I was thinking maybe 4, but there's a line going down at the end. So they finally built a fire. Log? No, it can't be log, is it? I don't know. This word underneath kind of messed up too. They're connected here or something. Okay, they finally built a fire for or by taking. I have no idea what this says. It almost looks like it says, I don't know why that got such a long underneath finally. Almost it looks like a dot there. I don't see a cross like a T. It almost looks like there. By taking, and it almost looks like motherland. They finally built a fire by taking. Now, what does that say? I think there might be an I there. The I is always on the rest of them. He's always off a little from where it's supposed to be. She must finish the word, then just put a dot. Finally, that's got a big loop down there too. Doesn't really, not a distinctive T there. Is that land? And then why is there a dot there? And then the word to with the lowercase. So I don't know. So they finally built a fire by log. I don't know. They finally built a fire by taking. Rather fond. I don't know. Let's continue on. Finally built a fire by taking whatever that is to. Is that part of that word, or is it part of that Y or whatever it is? To. It looks like start, maybe. doesn't look like a 12 there, but there's no other numbers anywhere. With the T, there's a T here. It doesn't look the same. If it's the second letter in, it's crossed at the top. But it. Why isn't there a dot? Finally built a fire by taking whatever the heck that says. But it. I'm going to say was. I have no idea. It doesn't really look like it was me. But it was only helpful for a short time, as wood was hard to get in the dark. So they had to hug freezing until daybreak, and the snow up past the knees. Their people, they gave the alarm when they did not return at daybreak. And I don't know if that says Mounties, but there's no dot for an I, so there is in all our other words. And if there was Mounties then, I don't know when this was written. You know, when it's talking about, anyway, and Mounties and neighbors and sirens kept going all night long, expecting the weary travelers might hear it and return. But they did not get out by daybreak. Now long past afternoon came to a road, and thus sank down, gave thanks to him. It's a little long to be him. Him who guided them out of the storm to a dwelling house where there's a dash there. Her, where he, or where the, where this man made their, or them, welcome, and took them in to warm. Snow-blind and hungry, and frozen, a lesson I or two remember to all: stay out of the woods in the winter unless you are well prepared and just scratch out period because it's capital B, and bless the one man who guides his wonders home at last. Mom.